In today's DIY, I will be showing you how to make this adorable yet very simple bunny wreath. What you will need is two vine wreath forms, some bunny ears or bunny headband, some type of floral. I use this colorful lei that I received from the Dollar Tree, some ribbon, and then some adhesive. It could be a hot glue gun, it could be the E6000 that I have here, or just some type of craft adhesive. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So first thing I did was I took the tags off of the grapevine wreaths. And just so you guys know, everything did come from the Dollar Tree with the exception of the ribbon. And the E6000, of course, I already had on hand. And the bunny ears, I did get those from the Target One Spot, and they were only $1. So once again, this is a very inexpensive DIY. Okay, so here I'm just trying to figure out where I actually, well, first I was trying to decide, do I want to cut the lei, do I not want to cut the lei? But then I did end up cutting it, so I'm just trying to find a good starting point for it, because this particular lei does have beads on it as well as the flowers, so I wanted to make sure I did not cut it you know, right where the beads were, or else I was going to have a big mess on my hands. Okay, so I did find a starting point to cut the lei, and then now I'm just wrapping it around the wreath form. I wasn't trying to cover up the entire wreath. I was just trying to you know, just spread the flowers out as evenly as possible. Okay, and then you'll see here that I have some, you know, just a little tip left over, and I will use my E6000 to go ahead and glue that portion down. Okay, and so once I ended up doing that, this is what I ended up with. I have both of the wreath forms that I have covered with the flowers, and as always, really just use your own taste in this. You can use whatever flower you want. You can just cut out some flowers and just randomly glue them onto the wreath. You can use a lei like I did, or flowers that are already on a vine. The sky is the limit. I've seen this done with every single flower imaginable. So, and as always, this DIY is Pinterest inspired. Guys, I get a lot of my ideas from Pinterest. I really try to see how I can put a different spin on it, so it is not exactly the way that it is on Pinterest. I really try to be creative, and I encourage you guys to be creative as well. Do what you love with flowers that you love. If you are not really into bunnies and you don't want to do you know, a bunny wreath, just make it whatever you want. Okay, and so here my children were appalled that I was cutting the ears off of this headband. They were like, oh my gosh, Mom, you're cutting the ears off? And I told them, yes, because when I bought the headband, one, it was only $1, and two, I knew I wasn't going to be using it as a headband. I really did have an idea of what I wanted to do. So here I am trying to figure out how I want to put the two of those reforms together. Now my Dollar Tree was awesome because they had the wreath in a smaller version as well as a larger one, which worked out absolutely perfectly for this particular DIY. Okay, and so basically here I've already glued the two reforms together, and I also tied it down with a piece of twine just to make sure that it is nice and secure, that it will not fall apart, that it will not you know, I don't want it to come apart. So I said, okay, let me add a little more glue to it, and then also let me include a piece of twine. Okay, and here I am just trying to figure out where I want those ears to go. I mean, this is a bunny wreath, so he has to have bunny ears, right? So I'm trying to see space-wise where I would like for those ears to go. Okay, and so I did use my hot glue gun, and I did that off camera, so hopefully that's okay. All I did was add a piece of hot glue gun to those ears, and I adhered them to the very top of that wreath form. And guys, I didn't use any other twine or anything like that. I just literally put a generous amount of hot glue, and I just stuck it right to the top. And that was, since it's so lightweight, those ears did not come off. They were on there, okay? I was kind of on the fence on whether or not I wanted to add ribbon to it, because at first I looked at it, I'm like, it's so colorful, it's so spring-like already. Do I really need to add ribbon? But I did decide to add the ribbon as well. I said, okay, she needs a bow or a necklace or, you know, whatever you want to call it. So I did take a piece of that turquoise and white ribbon, and I made a bow with it. I thought that it would be the perfect little extra touch to my wreath. So as you can see here, I'm definitely not a professional when it comes to doing the bows, but you know, with a little patience and some endurance, I was like, okay, we're gonna work this bow out. And you may choose not to do the bow, or maybe you want to do a piece of tulle around it, or you know, it really, there's no right or wrong way. You guys know how I always say with these DIYs, there's no right or wrong way. Just do what you love, and I'm sure it'll turn out perfectly. So here I'm just trying to get this bow right, you guys. It seemed like it took me forever to fluff it right, to make sure that each one of the loops were even. You know, I tried to take my time with it, but after a while I was like, okay, it's time to go ahead and let it be. So, and guys, here she is. Here is the final product. I thought it turned out so cute. Initially, like I said, I was straddling the fence about that bow, but I am happy that I added it. I really like the sweet touch that it gives to the entire wreath. I think it screams spring. I think it screams Easter. It's fun. It's whimsical. It turned out exactly the way I wanted it to for a mere, what, $2, $4, $5, maybe $6. Maybe $6 combined. And I really love it. I hope you guys love the way it turned out as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3 of our Spring Fling DIY series. Bye guys.